Len, who disagrees with me. Let's hear why. Terry, go on.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm well, son.
Right. Well, I'm starting to like that. Anyway, do you support the Palestine, the Palestinian people having their own country over Israel? I've got no problem with that. But if white people want to have their own country, seeing that we are being invaded by every Tom, Dick and Mohammed Ali, we're all called racists. Why is that?
Well, because white is not a nationality. White is a colour of skin. And within every country, there are people of many different colours of skin. And it's interesting that you used the term Muhammad Ali. You see, Terry, most people in the world think that Muhammad Ali is one of the greatest human beings ever to walk the earth. Grace, poetry in motion, courage, strength of conviction, genuine generosity of spirit. Most people in the world think Muhammad Ali is as close as a human being gets to being godlike. And the fact that you use his name in that kind of disparaging way can only mean that it's black you don't like. It's the colour black you don't like. Because, of course, Terry, there are many people, Olympic medal winners, Premiership footballers, people starring for the England football team, who are black and British. Why would you want to disparage them in that way by describing us as a white country when manifestly we're not?
We wasn't a white country 100 years ago.
Well, actually, no, we weren't. But what are you really saying, Terry? That all those black players that proudly wear the 3 lions on their shirts in the England football team, we should send them where? Home? Even though they were born here? Where do you want to send them?
These countries are overrun.
No, Terry, I'm asking you, what do you want done with those black footballers?
We're not talking about black, we're talking about asylum seekers who are coming here. Not anyone else. We're talking about the people who are coming here on boats. We're talking about people who have got nothing to do with this country. How the hell can you come from halfway across the world and live here?
But Terry, there's lots. You're phoning me from Mile End. Mile End used to be virtually exclusively populated by people who came from the other parts of the world. They were Jews who were fleeing persecution from Christian Europe. And they settled in Mile End and elsewhere in the East End in their scores of thousands. And they contributed mightily to our country. They worked hard, they built businesses, the sweat off their brow helped to build this country. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that, Terry?
With bull. It's all it is bull.
Well, tell me, Terry, what was bull about it? Was the East End 100 years ago populated by Jewish people who came from other parts of the world or not?
They didn't come from 3/4 of the way round. They was invited here.
No, they wasn't invited here, Terry. You've just got that wrong. They fled here as asylum seekers, seeking refuge from the pogroms of Christian Europe, from as far away as Vladivostok, which by anybody's standards is a long way away, Terry. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it, Terry?
Was they coming here to blow us up?
No, the Jews who came here didn't come to blow us up. The Jews came here as immigrants, as refugees, fleeing persecution, and contributed mightily to our country. Now, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that, Terry?
You're coming out with some fun. Who's fleeing persecution? I'll tell you what, the white people are fleeing persecution in this country.
Tell you what then, Terry, why not flee, son? Why not get on the boat and find a place that's a bit more white, that's a